So let's take a look at these subtraction problems and try to use place value thinking to solve them. Again, we're going to start with the ones place. So we have 296, take away 13. Again, we have 6 ones, take away 3 ones. We have 9 tens, take away 1 tens. Looks like there's no need to borrow on this one, so we can just go ahead and just straight up subtract. So 6 ones, take away 3 ones, it's going to be 3 ones. 9 tens, take away a 10 is going to give me 8 tens. And then the 200s just slides on down. And therefore our answer would be 283. Next example, 604, take away 242. The ones place is okay, 4 minus 2, but the tens place, we need some borrowing to go on. So we go to the hundreds place. So hundreds place, we need to borrow 100 from the 6. That's going to make that 5 hundredths. And then, since we borrowed 100, that brings over as 10 tens. And then we didn't have to borrow from the tens place because the ones place is good to go. So 4 ones, take away 2 ones is going to give me 2 ones. And then 10 tens, take away 4 tens is going to give me 6 tens. And then 5 hundredths, take away 2 hundredths is going to give me then 3 hundredths. So the answer would be 362. Looking at the next example, we have 300 take away 187. Again, in borrowing, we do have to borrow in the ones place, but we can't borrow anything from the tens place. So we have to borrow from the hundreds place. So when we borrow from the hundreds place, that's going to make that 2 hundredths. And when we slide over to the tens place, that's now going to give me 10 tens. Remember, 10 tens is the same thing as 100. And then I can borrow from the tens place, so that's going to now make that 9 tens. And then I can bring it over to the ones place, and that's going to become then 10 ones. So we have 10 ones, take away 7 ones, that's going to give me 3 ones. 9 tens, take away 8 tens is going to give me a 10 left over, 1 10. And then 2 hundredths, take away 100 would be 100. So our answer would be 113. My next example, again, we don't have enough ones to subtract. So when we do 1,502 take away 764, we have to right off the bat borrow from the tens place, but there's nothing in the tens place we can borrow from. So we move over to the hundreds place, and we're going to borrow from the 100, and we're going to make that 4 hundredths. And when we bring 100 over to the tens place, that's going to give me 10 tens. Now I can borrow from the tens place, and that's going to make that 9 tens. And then I'm going to bring over the tens to the ones place, so it's going to be 10 ones plus the 2 ones. That's going to give me a total of 12 ones in the ones place. So now I can start subtracting. 12 ones take away 4 ones is going to give me 8 ones. 9 tens take away 6 tens is going to give me 3 tens. 4 hundredths, oops, I didn't finish my borrowing, did I? That's that up there. So yeah, we got to finish up our borrowing. I did not do that. So 4 hundredths take away 7 hundredths I cannot do, so I have to borrow from the thousands place. So that's going to leave me with no thousands, and then when I bring it over to the hundreds place, I'm going to have 10 hundredths plus that 4 hundredths, and that's going to give me 14 hundredths. So now I can go ahead and go 14 hundredths, take away 7 hundredths. That's going to give me 7 hundredths. So that should be 738. So you should always make sure you complete all your borrowing before you start subtracting. Otherwise, you end up with what I did there. So see if I can do a better job on this last example. So again, I can't do the ones place, so I have to borrow from the tens place. So that's going to give me 8 tens. And when I bring that 10 over to the ones place, that's going to be 10 ones plus the 6 ones. That's going to give me 16 ones. So I can do the ones place now, and I can do the tens place. But notice I can't do the hundreds place, so I have to borrow from the thousands place. So I'm going to make that become 7 thousands, and I'm going to borrow 1,000. But remember, when you bring it to the hundreds place, that's going to be 10 hundredths. plus the 700ths, that's going to give me an additional 1700ths altogether. And now I can do all my subtraction. So 16 ones, take away 8 ones is just going to leave me 8 ones. 8 tens, take away 5 tens is going to leave me 3 tens. 17 hundredths, take away 9 hundredths is going to give me 8 hundredths. And then 7 thousandths, take away 5 thousandths is going to leave me 2 thousandths. So therefore the answer is going to end up being 2,838. And remember, the comma is optional. You do not have to keep the comma in there on that. So it'll just read either way. So hopefully that will help you have a better understanding of how subtraction works with borrowing.